cricket merchandise. Do you know what? In fact, we've been sent some gifts.
I've got a big money maker, but go on.
You've got a money maker. Well, I wonder if you think
we've got a massive money maker.
I wonder if you think this is going to be a big money maker, because we should say a big thank you to Ben Ducket, the England opening batsman, who's sent us in some bucket hat, and as you can see,
a Ducket hat.
We got a Ducket.
Did I ruin the joke?
No, well, you kind of did. I was going to get onto that. It is a bucket hat, but it's a Ducket hat because obviously it's a duck on a bucket hat. So do you want to, Bumble, I'll give the black one to you. If you want to try that on, give it a little. Don't worry, Jarrod, I've got one for you as well, my friend. Oh, Bumble, you're looking cool. Green, there you go.
Okay, I'll do green.
Bit of Aussie for you.
That looks more like a South African green to me.
Yeah, it is South African
Sorry,
green.
apologies, Jarrod. I didn't mean to offend you. And I think we can do the next few minutes.
Oh, Man City.
There we go. Light
Man
blue
City
for
and India, blue there.
The two best teams in most sports, right? There we go. I mean, first impressions. Ben's watching this, by the way, so I guess you've got to say something nice. You a fan, Bumble?
It's been done before.
Oh, God. By who?
Putting a duck on a hat.
When were you born? What year were you born?
1980.
Right, well, it's before he was born, on the 1974 tour, and slightly prior to that, England had a bowler called Peter Lever, opening bowler, and he played in the rest of the world game, which was something to do with South Africa not coming. Peter Lever got 7 wickets. He marketed bucket hats like this in toweling. They were toweling, so you took it off. In Australia, everybody, the Aussie team wore them as well. Yeah. And you wipe your face with the towel in and put it back on your head, and he marketed it. He marketed it. Yeah. So whoever's doing this is missing a trick. These have to be toweling, so they soak up sweat, take it off, wipe your face, put it back on. 1974, Peter Lever.
All my photos of my dad playing cricket are in that hat.
Really?
Yeah. All of them.
That's an absolute popular hat.
So merchandise.
So if it had a little bit of that inside, you'd then be a fan of it.
It's all toweling. It's all made of toweling, exactly like this, with a brim, stiffened brim. It's hot, you're sweaty. You know, they keep asking for a towel, which docks the overrate like you want. Bring me a towel, bring me some tablets, bring me a pair of gloves, bring me another pair of gloves, bring me a bat, bring me a drink, bring me anything. Well, they'd have it on their head.
Bring me a terry toweling hat with a duck on it.
No worries, I've just got one in my back pocket.
So the money maker
for take it away.
Any player merchandise, and I've thrown it out there a couple of times, and no takers. I'm going back to W.G. Grace. Every cricketer. Can I stand up in front of this, Joe?
There we go.
So you just get it at have you got it? They got me at waist high. Every cricketer wore a belt. So cricketers now, get yourself a belt, get a little bit of advertising, Nike or whatever you want, throw it round your belt. You'll clean up. Back in the day, all cricketers wore belts.
I'm disappointed in you, though.
What? Not marketing it?
Surely Zach Crawley should be selling his own line of cravats.
Yeah.
What has happened to the English cricket cravat? You go back and you look at the old photos, Ellard, and so many of those guys had cravats.
Yeah, that's another thing. Wear a cravat.
Who doesn't want a Crawley cravat?
And it just sounds good, doesn't it? A Crawley cravat.
It's not as easy to say as you thought it was going to be.
A bucket hat and a Crawley cravat.
They've got their own
too
line.
hard to do. I like that, Bumble, though.
Great idea.
I think it's working.
Yeah.
Just talking on kind of like stylish cricketers, I don't know if you saw this the other day in the 100. I think he must have done it on purpose. Rodman Powell came out to bat, and he had the biggest socks on in the world, going up all the way in the back. And he had his trousers tucked in his socks.
Proper league cricket.
Yeah, that's
proper cricket. On TV were crucifying him.
No, that's club cricket. That is club cricket.
It's one of the first things you taught.
Tuck your shirt, tuck your trousers into your socks.
Yeah. So I've never seen that before in my life.
Yeah. He should also have he should have buckles. Yep. He shouldn't have Velcro. You've got to have buckles.
Yeah.
Do it proper.
As a young kid, both of you, when you went to cricket, was merchandise something you remember? The first bit of merchandise you bought, or first?
Well, don't forget, I played.
Did the word merchandise exist when Bumble was around?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm saying merchandise. Did you buy anything that you used to like at the cricket when you were younger?
No, because when I played, don't forget, you had to be in white. Nothing, no stripes on your boots. Everything had to be white. You couldn't have any logos. They had that many meetings at the Test and County Cricket Board, which was before the ECB, about the odd player, Tony Gregg, say, who would shove a little stripe on, and the game would stop to be whitewashed out. You can't have it on for TV. It was on the BBC. They wouldn't have it on any advertising. No advertising at all.
I grew up at the start of sort of the height of the coloured clothing. So I think you might know this, but I have at home about 120 replica cricket shirts.
120?
I have never
What a
counted.
nerd, honestly.
I mean, the biggest cricket gig of all time, right?
There are some people out there with like thousands of them. It's ridiculous. So that was my big thing. I loved it, and I loved finding ones that were really rare or confusing, or the side doesn't exist anymore, and those sorts of things. So yeah, the weirder the team is. I've got an Edinburgh Rocks one. You guys remember the Edinburgh Rocks? No one does, because it was that European T20 league that went bust. But I have this.
That one.
But I have
Rocks,
this shirt, Bumble, and one day on eBay, I'm going to get 20 to 25 quid for that. Don't worry about that. But in Australia, you used to be able to get badges as well of players, which I always thought was a really cool thing. So if you go to an Australian Test match, you'll see some people that will have badges of their favourite players. But I don't think cricket's ever done as good merchandise as
Cigarette cards. Cigarette
That's
cards.
a big one, yeah.
In cigarettes, which is a filthy habit, by the way. That is an absolutely filthy habit, smoking and blowing steam all over everybody. Should be banned. Should be put in prison. Anybody that does all that sort of thing. So they used to sell, they were called Craven A's and Pashas and Star, and in it was a cigarette card with a picture of a modern-day cricketer back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Now,
did you collect those?
I did.
So I'm the nerd.
How many have you got, Bumble? How many did
I've
you
got
collect?
shut of them. I must have.
Over 100?
I'll have sold them. Oh no, I'm more than that. I'm more
You never
than
did
You're
cricket?
fine, though.
Cricket cards wouldn't have been your thing. What would have been your merchandise when you were coming through?
In terms of cricket, for me, I know you said as well, but I think retro shirts, going to grounds, loads of kids have retro shirts on, old school tops.
The Beige Brigade, of course,
it's a
from
brilliant
New
shirt.
Zealand with the beige shirts.
You must have, I can't believe you haven't got this, you must have released something over the years, Bumble, no?
He's released everything. Bumble's the sort of person that has his own perfume line. He's forgotten about it.
No, well, the two
Balls and leather.
That's a good name.
I have two lots of aftershave. One is the shame worn one, and the other is Wazimaka. I've got them. They are, if you like that sort of thing, aftershave. They did their own merchandise, so they'll have made a bobby too. But no, I didn't collect anything. I do collect a little bit of art now, just a bit of cricket art.
What's your favourite piece of art?
My favourite piece of art is a Jack Russell, actually. And in fact, there's another name to pick
There
up
we go.
and drop.
Snoop Dogg?
He's at our... Who? He's at our house tomorrow, Jack. He's doing a bit of painting tomorrow.
Oh, wow, brilliant.
He's not decorating the kitchen or anything like that. He's doing a painting for me. Commission.
Do you have Michael Vaughan? Remember when Michael Vaughan hit the cricket balls onto a canvas and they made art out of it? Do you have any of the Michael Vaughan pieces?
No.
I don't think anyone else does either.
I think, I mean, to do that, I've seen that stuff of Michael Vaughan. I think you've got to be thoroughly to throw paint at a canvas and then sell it for 500 quid.
Yeah.
I've just done this.
Years ago, a friend of mine in India gave me do you remember P.S. Chawla?
Yeah.
The old player?
Yeah.
Someone gave me a bobblehead of P.S. Chawla. And I was so drunk that I left it in a bar in Bangalore somewhere. And it's still... I like little things like that. Do you remember the Boone and Beefy dolls that they had that would do stuff? I like that sort of random stuff. And I've got in my house... You know Subutio. So there's the cricket version and the football version and all those things. So there was a version before that was like that someone had made, and you just put it on your table. And it must have been made about 50 or 60 years ago. And I've got an old version of that. Sometimes you put trying to explain to the kids where the fielders go, and get out the table. So I like weird stuff like that. A lot of my friends have the cricket ball wallets. Have you seen these?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cricket ball wallets?
It's a wallet with like a big seam on it and they're bright red.
I've got one.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's too bulky for me. I like a thin wallet.
I love the idea that someone's watching this and they've got like a Chawla bobblehead and it's come from you.
Yeah, they're like,
you're the guy that left the Chawla bobblehead in that bar in Bangalore.
There's a lot of good bars in Bangalore too.
There we go.
Could have been in any of them.
We should go. Who is the most stylish cricketer? It could be past or present. Come on.
There's only one.
Go on.
Ali Stewart.
Alex Stewart?
Absolute. Oh, immaculate. Pressed trousers.
Ted Dexter?
No, not in this. There's nobody compares with Alex Stewart. They give you your trousers. He'd have a seamstress come in and take them up a quarter of an inch, his trousers, immaculate. And then next to him is Atherton, who's worn the same stuff for 2 seasons. He's got four.
Yeah.
No way, it's washed. And Alec would come in and he'd fold it and press it and iron it and have it all done. Flintoff's another, like a rat's nest, all in that corner. That says Alec, immaculate. And he looked out with a collar. Yeah.
There were some great, like, old cricketers, though, that really dressed up for games, though, weren't there? Like, especially in England, some of the old amateurs, with, as we said before, the crawly cravat, that sort of thing.
Ranjit Singh with a cravat.
Yeah.
Ranjit Singh, the great Indian cricketer.
I like this sort of, that sort of Mark Waugh aesthetic of having your collar up with the wide brim hat. I always thought that was a look that was very, very cool. I couldn't nail that one.
You like that look, do you?
Hey?
You like that look, do you?
You don't like the collar up? You're too young.
I think the collar up...
No, these days the collar up looks silly.
Yeah.
In 1994, when you're batting in a test match, you got a wide brim hat on and you had a mullet sticking out the back of it. That was the peak of cool.
Okay.
You don't understand.
No, sorry, I'm not very fashionable about it.
Back in the day, there was a batsman who played a little bit for England called Peter Richardson, who was also unbelievably stylish in his play and stylish in his dress. He was Kent, and I think did he get transferred to Worcester? But immaculate, absolutely immaculate. So we were a bit rough and ready at Lancs, just from out in the sticks. And he came into bat looking immaculate. And I can't remember who, one of our, like, might have been the wicket-keeper, Keith Goodwin. He said, "This bloke's posh." He said, "He's not only posh, he smells posh."
How does it smell?
He must have asked.
Just smell rich, basically.
Yeah. Whereas we in Lancashire, we had Lloyd. That's what you put, you put that stuff, you put Lloyd on your hair.
So Pete Richardson played in a game. This is such a weird story, but Pete Richardson played in a county game where they played on the Saturday, Middlesex, and they were playing at Tunbridge Wells, and then on the Sunday was a rest day, and so they all went back to Middlesex to have a rest, and then they were going to come in on Monday morning and play the game, except for 8 of the players got caught in traffic, right? And Pete Richardson was out on the ground, and he was the opening batter for Kent, and he thought to himself, wait a minute, if we close this innings now, I'm going to go out and bat against 3 guys. And they used to have a trophy, well, they still have a trophy called the Walter Lawrence Trophy.
Walter Lawrence Trophy.
But even the years they didn't have that, the person who scores the fastest county runs, 100 each year, gets a cheque. And Peter Richardson saying to the umpires, you've got to call this off. I mean, they don't even have it. We've got to call it off. We've got to get out there in the field. These guys have got to bowl to us. And he was so determined to get out in the field and try and get his 100. He made 93.
Oh, no.
But I bet you he smelt incredible all the way through those 93
He smelt
runs.
really posh throughout the innings, didn't he? Yeah, that's the most important thing. So finally, guys, thank you, Ben Ducket. We're going to give the Ducket bucket hats. Is that right? Am I saying it right?
Ducket bucket?
The Ducket bucket hats. A thumbs up, yeah?
They're Ducket hats.
The Ducket hats. There we go. Thank you, Ben.
Ducket.
He's not so sure, Bumble Lloyd.
You've got to be toweling, mate. He's not thought it through. He's got to be toweling. Make a killing.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.